why this might be the first biopharma penny stock I invest in. What is happening, investors? It is your boy Jack. I am not a financial advisor. I got the clothing line to prove that fact. And today we're going to speak about a company called Senseonics. These guys have been getting quite a bit of hype on YouTube in general as of late, and I actually did already upload one video on this company. So I upload a lot of videos on penny stocks, okay? And in pretty much all of them, I'm telling you that I either plan to swing trade them or I don't plan on doing anything with them. I just give you guys my thoughts on the company because they're a hot topic at that moment in time. And that's exactly what I thought I was going to be doing with this company right here, Senseonics, ticker symbol SENS. But for some reason, I couldn't stop looking at this company after recording that initial video. And so that brings us to today's video, because I genuinely could be going long on what is a biopharma penny stock. So in today's video, we're going to be speaking about investing in Senseonics, not swing trading it. I want you guys to understand there is a very prominent difference there. I will swing trade anything. You can swing trade Procter & Gamble, you can swing trade Berkshire Hathaway, you can swing trade penny stocks, you can swing trade anything. You don't have to even like the company. It's technicals, it's price action, it's momentum. When it comes to investing, you really have to like the company. You have to believe in them long time, and you have to think that they have something that sets them apart from the competition. And the more I've looked into this company, that's exactly what I've began to think. So in case you have no idea what this company does, they're the creators of the first and only long-term implantable CGM. And what a CGM is, it's a continuous glucose monitor. It's for people with diabetes. It's a tiny sensor that's inserted under your skin, usually on your belly or arm. The system measures your interstitial glucose level, which is the glucose found in the fluid of the cells. The sensor tests glucose every few minutes. So if you know anybody who has diabetes, you know that generally they have to prick their finger in order to get this glucose sample. This here is some technology that could make it continuous, my friends. So of course, I'm going to give you a quick recap of what the company does. Now, one thing that caught my attention was this. The company just announced a $50 million registered direct offering. And this is a blessing for somebody like me who may want to get in as a long-term investor. You will see here that the company very recently, if you go back to the 14th of January, they were below $1 a share. They actually made highs of $2. And right now they're at about 160. It may not be apparent when you look at this chart, but there is some very prominent areas we have to be looking towards. I want to speak about their FDA approval process and what is in the pipeline. And in the last video, I didn't do a good enough job of comparing them to the competition. So I want to speak in particular about the Dexcom G6, potentially the most popular CGM that is on the market, and show you why, simply put, Senseonics has a better product. So right before we do get into the video, my friends, can I please ask you to hit that juicy like button? Please drop me a comment down below. Let me know if you plan on investing in this company or if you're going to swing trade it. And please, my friend, if you are indeed new around here, hit that juicy red subscribe button. And if you guys are interested in joining my private Discord group, that is the first link in the description. In there, you join a community of over 1,500 investors. You get access to all of my buy and sell alerts for my long-term positions and my swing trades. You will be the first person to find out if I do buy these guys tomorrow. There's also 50 other private chats in there. There is so much information. We've made some really nice calls this year so far. Literally everybody's eating baguettes, baby. And if you want 4 free stocks on Webull, that's the second link in the description, my friends. You have to sign up, deposit $100. You get 4 free stocks. 2 of those are valued at $3,700 each. Now, guys, I am going to come across quite bullish in today's video, but I do still want to remind you guys that at the end of the day, this is a penny stock. It is risky whether you are swing trading or long on them. So if I show you the company's 5-day chart, you can really see that it was on Friday that these guys made a big move to the upside. It was a very, very large move. Now, it was followed by a considerable pullback, but still, a lot of people made a lot of quick money. But I do want to remind you guys that before Friday, this was a $1 to $1.20 company. Now, even though I am planning on going long on this company, it's a penny stock, and I respect that, and I respect that I still have to be smart with my entry points. So before we do get into the competition and we get into their actual product, I want to show you this piece of news that's brand new. Senseonics Holdings announced as a $50 million registered direct offering of common stock, okay? So this is for 40 million shares at a purchase price of $125 a share. So keep in mind, guys, that's lower than where we are right now, but it's higher than where the company was literally on Thursday. So a $50 million direct offering, okay? They have a market cap of sub 400 million. So it goes without saying there is a whole lot of dilution about to happen. Now, again, if I was swing trading this, if I decided to hold this over the weekend, I'd probably be a little bit upset right now. But if I'm long on this company, or if I plan on getting into this company long, I'm happy. It's going to put them in a better position. If you did watch my first video on this company, okay, my primary concerns were their cash position, okay, and also their revenue growth. And they still are red flags. I mean, oftentimes when you're investing in penny stocks, there will be red flags. There will be more risk carried. But this does put them in a stronger position. So that is one of my primary concerns. Essentially, my primary concern, somewhat put to rest. Not entirely, but it's better now. Now, one thing I want to show you, we always speak about gaps in the market, my friends. Friday, look at this. There was a gap created. It was a very small gap. It's at about 120 to 121. But what makes this so interesting is that these new shares that are being offered are at 125 a share. Now, we've seen it several times with these direct offerings where they come out, okay, and the share price comes down towards it. Maybe it doesn't reach it, maybe it's 10% above it. Sometimes it doesn't have to come down. But the majority of the time there will be a pullback on these share offerings. For me, I think best case scenario would be we hit 121 and we bounce right off of it. But what I want to tell you guys is there's a lot of hype surrounding this company right now. A lot of people like me potentially looking to either swing trade it or get in long term. I think it's going to be difficult to get all the way down there. So I think this is, you know, being greedy, is looking for 120 or 121. But I do think potentially more realistic is going to be somewhere in the realms of the 130 to 140, which still represents, you know, a 10 to 15% pullback. I've seen it happen so many times where, you know, we don't hit the price of the actual direct offering. So I don't want to get too greedy if I do plan on opening a long position. But that is the first thing I want to point out. A lot of people would probably miss this. There is a very small gap traded. And if you do go to the 5-minute chart, it's much easier to see. You can see it right here. It's a lot bigger on the smaller chart. Now, what are some of the things that have actually gotten me very bullish on this company? Well, first of all, I just want to say this technology makes sense. It's not exactly new technology. There are other companies out there, such as Dexcom. And I mean, Senseonics is out there right now. They have products, they have customers right now. But I just think this technology is the future for people with diabetes. And I mean, there is a very large market there. And it is sad to say, but there are more and more people getting diabetes every single year. The trends have shown themselves for literal decades now. So this is something that is much more convenient than the options that diabetics have in today's world. So this right here, the Eversense CGM system, is the product that we have today, okay? It's on the market right now. It's the first and only long-term continuous glucose monitoring system. So this lasts for months versus days. And this isn't something that I appreciate enough when I was doing my preliminary research, when I initially researched the company. This lasts for 90 days. So when it comes to CGM systems, a lot of people are going to think of Dexcom, okay? So this is their newest product, the Dexcom G6. This has a 10-day wear sensor. It has to be reinserted every 10 days, my friends. The Eversense system has to be inserted every 90 days. It's the first and only implantable sensor. It's the first and only transmitter that is removable. It's the first and only sensor that is MRI compatible. The first and only system with on-body vibe alerts for hypo and hyper warnings, which I mean is one of the most important things there is when we're speaking about this. The first and only system with fresh, gentle on skin adhesive patch, and it's the first and only device that does not require self-insertions, which I personally think is massive. But I think one of the most important pieces about this is the convenience aspect. I mean, why would you get one where you have to self-insert every 10 days when you could get one that's every 90 days? And just in case you weren't really following when I was speaking about the 90-day insertion as opposed to every 10 days, that's the sensor right here. So this is professionally placed by your healthcare provider. Remains accurate even when compressed or while exercise, and rests comfortably just under the skin. Then there's the transmitter. So this is removable, rechargeable, and water resistant. Sends data every 5 minutes to your mobile device. Then you have this mobile app that tells you exactly what is going on. So that's how it all works. And then if I am to show you the product pipeline, okay, we're looking to get a 180-day sensor from the FDA. Now, we are awaiting FDA approval. It was prolonged. This could have potentially already happened, but it's been prolonged because of the Roni. But we are anticipated to find out about this in 2021. Now, this is something I covered in my last video, and I do still think it's very important, so I want to cover it today. The strategic partnership with Essentia, okay? These guys are in diabetes care. They have almost 80 years of innovative diabetes care products. They have products sold in more than 125 countries and help approximately 10 million people worldwide every single day. Approximately $1 billion in global sales as it is, my friends. Now, this is the pipeline, and this is something that yet again I didn't give enough thought the last time, but it is extraordinarily important to understand if you want to be an investor. The product vision, okay, they want one sensor, 2 products, all patient segments. So no sensor change for 1 year. Keep in mind, right now, you would have to do it 36 plus times in a year. No daily calibration required and no transmitter on the body. That's the goal? That would be immense. But here is the product pipeline, okay? So 2021, this year, the Eversense 180 that we spoke about earlier on, that's essentially the same product, but lasts 180 days as opposed to 90. Then we have the Eversense 365, so a full year. I mean, that speaks for itself. That's coming a bit further down the line. 2023 is what we're looking for. Then we have this Freedom system in 2024. And this is going to be autonomous sensor testing with data processing capacity. Now, of course, we don't have to worry about this too much as an investor just yet, but it is important to understand that this is a long-term catalyst for the company. So when I look at the technology these guys have, in comparison to some of their biggest competitors, the fact they already have FDA approval, I mean, it looks like a no-brainer. What I will say is the revenue is very, very low. That still is a major red flag for me. In the third quarter of 2020, net revenue was $767,000, my friends. Now, these guys were affected heavily by the Roni. Now, a lot of companies that were affected heavily by the Roni have recovered already. these guys are looking to start their recovery relatively soon. They haven't recovered yet. And if I do bring you back to their longer term chart, you can see that these guys were up in the 4s, up in the 5s before. This is one that's really grabbed my attention, more than pretty much any other penny stock I've looked at. It reminds me of when I was looking at OEG at 148 a share, and we all know that they nearly hit $5 a share only a couple of weeks later, and they're still up at 4. The difference is I didn't invest in OEG. I very much so am heavily contemplating investing in this company. But my friends, that was my updated video on SENS. I am going to continue my research here because I genuinely find it very interesting. I'm actually enjoying researching this company, which is always a big added bonus. If you watched this video all the way till the end, you, my friend, are a true legend, and I really do appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. If you did enjoy the video, could I please ask you to hit that juicy like button, drop me a comment down below, and please, my friend, subscribe if you're new around here. And again, if you want to join that private Discord group, that is the first link in the description. Again, you get all of my buy and sell alerts. I sent out to the guys in there that they were doing this direct offering before I brought it to YouTube. You get my swing trades and my long-term investments, access to over 50 private channels. There's over 1,500 investors in there. We're all eating our baguettes. And if you want those free stocks on Webull, that's the second link in the description, my friends. Anyway, guys, I hope you all have a beautiful, blessed day. I'll see you up in another video very soon. Peace.